That's me on ice cream.
You're like, man, this chili is messing me up, man.
Yo, sometimes things taste so good you have to eat.
You gotta eat something else too. Recording. There's something.
Something.
Perfect. 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 Perfect.
I know. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome to our Roundtable Talks, the show we deep dive into different topics and we just have fun. I'm joined by Mino as always. How you doing, broski? He's waving very wide. I can't see right now.
I was gonna do a full just me being quiet stream, but I think that's probably a bad idea.
And how's your week been?
My week has been okay. Um, Someone hit my car, so that kind of ruined my day that day. But by the luck of having car insurance, I am getting it repaired. But I don't know, if that gonna make my car insurance premiums rise. I hope not.
Probably will, dude. Even though it's not your fault, which is crazy.
That's annoying.
How long you had a car for?
Since 2019.
How many accidents? About 3. Let's not
Technically zero.
self-report. Uh-huh.
Technically zero.
Yeah.
But we'll keep because it doesn't be me.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
I'm a perfect driver.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't speed. I use my indicators. I stop at stop signs, all of that. So everything that happened is always from somebody like for instance, the first time something happened to my car was like somebody backing up into me
Yeah.
because they didn't see me. But the reality is they didn't check their rearview mirrors. That's what was happening.
People be doing a lot of crazy stuff out there, man. It's just hard. Like, I've been trying to be more positive for this whole week, and it's been going great. The only time I slip up is in traffic. That's the only time. It's like, what you? Just like let it go.
Yeah. You gotta be positive, man. You gotta be like, maybe they're speeding because their wife is in labor. Maybe.
It's always they gotta go to the bathroom. That's my thing.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Or maybe they're driving so slow because something wrong with the car. You
gosh,
know?
maybe. But
I had to drive at the speed limit.
yeah,
People driving like 10 below the speed limit. I'd be like, why are you driving this slow?
why are you driving?
Yeah. I was like, maybe they have cataracts, they can't see the road well, and they're driving at a safe speed. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Whenever I see like a handicap sticker, I'm like, all right, let me hurry up and get from behind this person or next to this person because they're about to be wild and
Yeah. Handicapped people should not be given cars, I feel sometimes, because they'll do some crazy stuff in the road. And in parking too. They'll be parking all slanted in the handicap spot,
yeah.
like, dude.
And after a certain age, like I don't know what they'd be. That's when people turn the slowest when they old like come to a complete stop and then turn. It's a
Yeah.
highway. What are you doing?
They got triple check.
Oh my gosh. Anyways,
People,
go
people
ahead.
coming onto the highway pressing brakes. You know when you're supposed to like merge onto the highway, you're supposed to like speed up to match the flow of
Match it.
traffic.
Yeah.
They'll be like slowing down, like, bruh, you're gonna get into accident doing that.
The only time you slow down is when like it actually like cuts in and you can't get out and you just slow down at the edge.
Yeah.
But then you have the speeders coming down the ramp. The ramp says 45. They're still going 60. They can't get on and they just go past the little the wedge and they're just in the grass waiting.
Wild.
Okay, moving on. We have some great news. We
Yeah,
have
man. I
our
find some.
first patron.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Nah, you joking me.
I actually believe in this, even though I know it's not true.
That's amazing.
Oh my
Yo, if
god,
you went on our Patreon, you need to join. You can't let this person be lonely, man.
so
They
true,
need
man.
someone to chat to in the Patreon chat.
Yeah, this is actually motivation for us to make more stuff on Patreon.
Yo, if it's just to cater to this one person, I will do it then.
Hey, they're paying their money.
I will do it.
Yeah.
We ain't making no more regular YouTube. By YouTube, we just making only pay.
That's
I thought you were
funny.
gonna stop me.
Nah, do what you gotta do.
We're
Well,
making only Patreon.
let's hop into it. You want me to go first, or you want to go first?
You know, Daddy gonna go first, so I'll go first. So I have some positive news stories. I actually found like a lot of good ones. I had a hard time picking. So I just put them in order from like what I think is like not as good to what I think is like really good. So the first one, why are people getting so hyped about seaweed? In recent years, seaweed has gone from being a tasty Japanese side dish to a way to rewild the seas, feed livestock, make plastics, and absorb carbon. Can this wonder plant really help fix the planet? All right, I'll read the first three paragraphs. Harvesting seaweed is nothing new. It's been gathering for centuries in Britain for the production of soda ash, used in glass and soap production and for bleaching linen. This was a significant industry in the 17th and 18th century. Later, it was collected for extracting iodine and for use as a gelling agent. By the turn of the 21st century, though, interest has waned. But now, there's a surge of interest in seaweed farming, with new enterprises springing up around the coast of northern Europe. Why? Simple. Oh, simple, says Kate Murray, co-founder of the new Scottish seaweed business, Eco Cascade. It's the fastest growing biomass on the planet and flourishes without the need for land, fresh water, pesticides, or fertilizers. Yo, I did not know seaweed was like actually a weed.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's very sustainable, and so more to the point, you can eat it. And more besides, for a full litany of its virtues, I turn to Vincent de Mazel, author of The Seaweed Revolution. Blah blah blah. He studies seaweed potential more than most, and when I met him at Hay Festival, he was carrying a jar of the stuff around with him. Whatever. Anyway, the point is, it seems like people recently have found new uses for seaweed
Yeah.
that could potentially like help reduce carbon. But I think right now a lot of different things are trying to a lot of different scientists are trying to find ways to reduce carbon and
Yeah.
plastic
Mm-hmm.
in the environment. I told you about the this new what was it? A bug that eats carbon,
We
the
did that
moth.
last episode.
Yeah, so this kind of like goes into the same thing, that thing that eats plastic, and now they find the seaweed, because seaweed is so like tenacious and it grows so well,
Yeah.
doesn't really need that much upkeep. It could be a potential sink, like a carbon sink. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
On to the next news. Practicing and listening to music can slow cognitive decline in healthy seniors by producing more gray matter. Okay, so basically, listening to music or playing an instrument can delay cognitive decline as we age by producing gray matter in the brain, a new study shows. The researchers followed over 100 people who had never practiced music before. They enrolled in piano and music awareness training for 6 months, which, when finished, resulted in an increase in working memory performance by 6% and a total reduction in gray matter loss in the piano playing group. Taken altogether, the scientists believe that while musical inventions cannot rejuvenate the brain, they can prevent aging in specific regions, specifically in people who, with no musical background, who start playing in their senior years.
That's nice.
That's pretty cool. So what happens to people like me who like used to play music in high school? Like that won't work for me then.
I think it'll just be easier to probably reinforce those areas and build that gray matter for you, since you already had like something there before.
And wow, but what? And I wonder too, like what kind of music is good? Like, can I listen to some rap?
I highly doubt it's rap. I feel it's
Just
more
throw some
so
Eminem.
like classical music or probably some R&B, something like smooth. I don't think the heavy stuff gonna do much for
Like
you.
jazz maybe.
Yeah,
You think? Yeah. I think something with like live instruments. Like, you know
yeah.
what I mean? All right, all right, all right. Next one. We're gonna go just through this quick.
Yo, yo.
Next one. Why 3-day weekends are great for well-being and the economy. Um, The public holiday for King Charles III coronation will likely have given us all a boost regarding, where is this happening? Is this in the UK? Because I don't
Yeah,
know who King
UK.
George III,
How are UK?
King Charles III. Yeah, it is UK. Okay. The coronation of King Charles III has upped the UK public holiday count this year. Today's special public holiday, combined with the early May bank holiday and the spring bank holiday at the end of May, has made a month of celebrations for many workers. Normally, public holidays in the UK and in England and Wales in particular are much more rare occasions. The coronation celebration brings a total to 9 in 2023, which is still fewer than any EU country, given that hours worked in the UK over the whole year are 11% higher than in Germany, for example. I don't care about UK. Let's move on. The point is, I guess, bro. Oh, this man
Sorry,
disappeared.
sorry. My
Oh,
son
this
in here
man
with me.
disappeared. Okay. No, I was saying I don't care about UK. I
Why
moved
you
on, but
keep doing this kind of stuff, man?
I don't mean it like that. Listen, if you're from the UK people have thicker
Boy,
skin than Americans. So I don't think they're gonna get upset. I don't mean that I
you
don't
be
care
wilding,
about
man.
them. I mean that it doesn't pertain to me. What this reading this does not pertain to me. Well, I don't live in UK.
Let's talking about holidays
But
in general.
I think they're only talking about the UK. They're saying it's better for UK. But I mean, in general, it is better. I was going to get to that point.
Oh boy, we have a long road ahead of us.
Listen, right? If we lose you as a fan because I say I don't like, well, I didn't say I don't like UK actually. I said I don't care. Just don't get offended. Take it out with a grain of salt. Just let it run off your shoulders, whatever. I say just listen to me, but ignore me at the same time.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Listen to Wanted. He's the person with reason in this podcast, not me. But how would you feel if we had 3-day weekends like every work week? I think that would be a better thing.
Yeah, I think people will be they'll feel better all around. Like customers will probably be better. People at the jobs be better. Like it just feel like a better feeling to actually have some rest. 2 days just doesn't feel like it because the first day, the weekends don't really exist. Because Friday you're trying to like finish up everything that you have to get finished. Saturday you want to do whatever you want, but then Sunday it's not really like a chill day. You preparing, you planning, you meal prepping, you
Yeah,
doing whatever you gotta do, dishes from the day before. So it's like not really enough of like resting. We need like one more day to actually rest before you start work.
yeah. Do you think we would have to reduce the workday to 32 hours per week, or could it potentially stay 40?
Dude, I feel like everything is arbitrary. We'll just start over with everything. Just have a 8 9 day week, and we just go from there. That'll probably blow people's
All right.
minds because they won't want to like change. But like, if we add extra day, just add extra day. Keep 40 hour work week, or like do I don't know rolling shifts. So like work
Wait, you
four
said a
days,
9-day week?
8 9 days. I don't care. But 4 of those days gonna be rest.
No. We keep in 7 days
Why? It's
with
arbitrary.
4 days working, and is not arbitrary. A 9-day week, that means more days working.
No, it's the same 5 days and 4 days of rest or rest
I
since
would
one day
five
is not
days instead
rest.
of 4.
You work 5 days now, right?
I mean, working is subjective. I don't.
All right. So I don't know of my co-host tonight. It's probably the new Patreon game Akim Bougie, but he went in.
I mean, what's working
Okay,
really?
so a normal work week is Monday to Friday. We would still have that, but we'll have an extra day in the weekend or extra 2 days in the weekend.
So a 4-day weekend instead of a 3-day weekend.
Yeah. 3 will be okay, but I
I
think
got
4
you.
is optimal.
I got you.
But
Okay.
keep the workforce in such a way that it rolls over so that there's never really any like lag or anything in the days.
Or what if we did like a week of working and a week off, and then a week working, a week off?
That's what we did for COVID. When COVID first started,
Yeah.
they put us on like half shifts, so everybody could do everything basically. and people had pairs that did their specific job. So you'd work a week, take the next week off,
Hmm.
work the next week, take the next week off. That happened for like I think for 6 rounds that happened. And then it went back to like being the same. But that could work
I'm
too.
talking about like I'm talking about like 7 days working and then 7 days off though.
Yeah, that's what I mean, rolling. So when you're not there,
Okay,
somebody
okay.
replace you and do the work that you would normally do.
Yeah. I feel like I heard firemen do something like that where they work for like a certain amount of time and then they take another certain amount of time off.
I think police as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And now I'm coming to police because I don't want to make us lose any more fans. All right. So, uh, next article. Scientists find a surge of specific brain activity in dying patients that could help explain near-death experiences. This is getting into one of the ones I thought was pretty cool. So, um, for the first time, scientists have observed a surge of energetic activity in the brains of dying patients, a discovery that reveals that our consciousness can be active even as our heart stops beating. Timo Borhigen, an associate professor of neurology at the University of Michigan, found surges of brain activity in the form of gamma brainwaves in the hotspot of conscious processing in 4 unresponsive patients who were taken off life support with the permission of their families. The surge detected with electroencephalogram sensors related to data O'Higgin had seen previously in her career in the brains of dying rats and suggested an increase in brain activity during cardiac arrest at the moments of death. That's pretty cool. So it will be like when they're dying, they like light flash before their eyes and stuff like that, or like people have these experiences where they either experience heaven or hell. I wonder if this kind of explains that.
There's a lot of like movies and shows that go into that as well. Sometimes people have like an out
Yeah,
of body experience where they could see themselves in a coma and
yeah,
they have to like figure their way out of the coma basically, like try and remember why they need to be here or if they wanted to stay in the coma and have their perfect life. That happened in one show called 911. The guy got hit by lightning
mm,
and then he had out of body experience. Like, well, he had out of body experience, but he realized that it not making sense. Like, it was like a
yeah,
memory that didn't make sense. And he talked to one person in the memory that believed him because he knew so much about him. He was like, there's no way that he knows much about me and not actually know me. So he helped him get to the hospital.
yeah.
He looked through the glass, a one-way glass, and he saw himself on the bed. And he was like, "Oh, I'm in a coma. I don't belong here." But then part of his brain was like, "You do belong here because this is the life you always wanted, the perfect life with your family. Your parents love you, your sister loves you, and stuff like that." He was like, "Yeah, but I need to be there. People out there need me." So he decided to leave.
You know what that made me think of?
Yo,
Like people who could like when they say like when you're asleep
yeah.
and you're like in control of your dreams, you could like astral project.
Hmm.
So people who astral project, do you think like they have learned how to access that part of the brain that's only accessible when you're about to die?
Maybe.
So they kind of have a close relationship with death in a way. If we
I
lived
think.
in like the Marvel universe,
Yeah.
Mrs. Death would be like healing us up.
They say sleep is a cousin of death.
Ooh, but they also say the orgasm is the tiny death. So I guess that's why orgasms need to sleep.
They actually say that.
Yeah, it's called la petite mort in French, the tiny death.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I thought you were trolling again. I didn't know what to do.
Nah, nah, nah. Nah, nah, nah. All right. Next one.
Yo.
Former NBA star Rick Fox is manufacturing concrete that absorbs more CO2 than it creates.
Ooh.
Side note, well, let me read the article first. If someone asks you what Rick Fox was famous for, you would have to say the 3 NBA championships he won with the Lakers, but the next generation might know him instead as the face of sustainable concrete. Actually, they missed something very important, but I'm going to comment on it later. Believing that tropical storms are becoming more intense due to carbon content in the atmosphere, Fox went all in and became the co-founder and CEO of Partana, which manufactures concrete that absorbs more carbon from the air than it contributes during manufacturing. It all happened back in 2019 when Fox received a call from his manager just after Hurricane Dorian smashed into Fox's home on the Bahamas. On the Bahamas? Anyway, the country where he grew up. I did not know he grew up in the Bahamas. Hey, Rick Fox, my boy. Anyway, his manager, who was also displaced by a natural disaster, the fires in California in 2018, said she had met an architect called Sam Marshall who had developed carbon negative concrete. It goes on. But one thing they missed was Rick Fox actually used to own a team in the LCS. LCS, for those of you who don't know, League of Legends Championship Series, which is League of Legends is a video game. Long story short, I watched the LCS, and Rick Fox was the owner for one of the teams there. And he doesn't own the team anymore. There was some scandal that happened between one of his co-owners, and so they had to sell the team. And Rick Fox was sadly he had to also. He's the one who founded the team. He took on this racist co-founder that he didn't know was racist, I guess.
Gotcha.
And then that guy said something crazy, and then Rick Fox basically lost his team.
Well, obviously, they ain't gonna talk about that in the article.
Yeah, he lost his team. But anyway, I think that's cool that they're finding this carbon absorbing concrete, or I guess it's carbon absorbing. I didn't read the full article, so I don't know. But I do remember reading somewhere else that they found a way to make concrete that's self-repairing.
That's good.
By incorporating limestone into the concrete.
Okay.
Yeah, this said so basically in ancient times they used to mix limestone in with their mortar.
Yeah.
So that the limestone would be porous. But what happens is when it erodes, rainwater mixes with it, and then it basically reforms concrete,
back.
and then yeah. So they're trying to do that now in modern times.
That's
so
cool.
Combining that with this could really lead to some good stuff.
I like that. So this, to me, my mind is going crazy right now. Is it shows you why if you go into college or high school, the people are like, don't just focus on just getting on the team and being on the team. You have to have a backup. Nothing. This is not his backup. It's actually his thing after, but it could have been a backup as well because he seemed to be in tune with tech and science. So he actually probably did good in school and was a good basketball player, which is just more proof to just not just focus on one thing. You need to have at least one backup, or don't just say screw school, I'm going to the league. Use school to help you get to the league. So if something happened and you can't play, at least you could form a team, create something, innovate, and go on from there.
Yeah. Although to be fair, he only found out about the team from League of Legends because his son used to play the game, and then he started playing the game with his son, and then from playing the game with his son, he started getting more interested in it, and then he started his team. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And luckily, he started back when the scene was still young.
Yeah.
So when he came in, he was welcome with open arms because everybody was like, Rick, whoa, you interested in this game? That's so cool. You know what I mean? He's already famous. It was kind of cool.
Cool.
It's really sad when he had to leave. That's it for the positive news. I have two odd news stories and then I'm done.
Okay.
All right. Oklahoma police rush to respond to cries for help from a goat.
Okay.
Sometimes a wrong call can really get your goat. Police in Enid, Oklahoma, at first walked slowly and cautiously through the grassy wooded area of a farm, seeking the source of faint cries in the distance. That's a person, one of the officers said to the other on a video that has been widely shared from a Facebook post, which I'll send to you, by the police department in a city about 70 miles northwest of Oklahoma City. The distressing noise that sounded like human cries for help escalated as Officer David Sneed and Neil Story began running to help who they thought was perhaps a person trapped under a farm equipment. Instead, it was a goat. That's a goat. From a long distance, it sounds like help, Sneed asked through laughter. The farmer said he had two male goats in the barn and he took one out and he wasn't happy. According to the police, that's funny. The goat was yelling for help because he was taking the goat out and the goat didn't want to leave.
Cause like I know what's coming next.
He was like,
I
help,
want to be
help.
dinner.
Yeah. Damn.
Goat foot water.
I had a hatchet in my hand to go. I was like, wait,
Wait.
I thought we were friends. You named me.
Oh
You
man,
named
that's crazy. I imagine people who live on farms have like that problem too, from the other way around. Like you name this animal, you raise this animal, no, you gotta eat it.
Yeah. But I mean,
Well, the kids more than
gotta
the
eat.
adults.
Gotta eat, man.
Yeah, I know.
All right. I don't send you the vid
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Discord.
yeah, yep.
All right. Last news. This one is kind of, I guess I kind of ended on a bad note, but two fishermen caught cheating at Ohio tournament sentenced to 10-day jail terms, forfeit of a 100K boat. So two men who admitted to stuffing fish with lead weights and fish fillets in an attempt to win thousands of dollars in an Ohio fishing tournament last fall were sentenced to a 10-day jail term and other penalties, including the forfeit of a boat valued at $100,000.
I think I heard
The
about
cheating
this.
allegation. You
Sorry.
did?
Yeah, go ahead.
Wow. I guess news travels. The cheating allegations surfaced in September when Jason Fisher, Lake Erie Wally Trail Tournament Director, became suspicious of the fish turned in by Jacob Runyon, 43 of Ashtabula, Ohio, and Chase Kaminsky, 36 of Hermitage, Pennsylvania, were significantly heavier than typical walleye. A crowd of people at Gordon Park in Cleveland watched as Fisher cut the freshwater fish open and found weights. Dang, a walleye fillets stuffed inside. So they're stuffing the fish with fillets and weights.
Yep.
That's wild. Just to
Hey,
win.
just gotta win, man.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I guess they say that the saying goes, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
That's a dumb saying.
It's a really dumb saying. I hate it so much.
I guess people like. I feel like that's people put in winning together with trying your best. So if you're not cheating, that means you're not going to win, which means you didn't try your best. Like that roundabout way
Yeah,
of
yeah,
saying it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Um,
So then also it kind of diminishes people's victory when people who actually did try win, and
yeah,
it's like, oh, so I mean you cheated? You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
People do have suspicions all the time about people cheating, and that's probably why.
yeah,
Crazy.
that's it for today.
Okay, I have two. Let's call them. No, the first one is actually uplifting, and the second one is a dilemma, and then I have a thread.
All right.
So 2008, I quit, and they tried to get me arrested. I was working a second job at a local small grocery and butcher shop, a few nights a week to pay for my kids' activities. I was hired as a cashier. The person that did the end of the day butcher shop cleanup sanitizing quit. So instead of hiring someone for cleanup, the owners decided that the cashiers could just do it between customers. The owners sat at their office watching TV and effing around, and when a customer came in, doorbell would ring, they would buzz the phone in the butcher area for the cashier to come check them out. When I came in for my shift at 6 p.m. and was told about the new setup, I told them no. I was not hired to clean up the butcher area, I was hired to run the register and stock shelves. The owner then said
Okay.
I would clean the butcher shop or I could consider myself fired, and they walked away. I said fine, I grabbed my things and left. Apparently the owner thought I'd gave in and was doing the cleaning. So apparently they buzzed the butcher area when customers came in for about 2 hours before someone told them no one was coming to check them. The store's liquor area, cigarettes, and scratchers got emptied out. It was 7:30 and I got a screaming phone call from the owner about how he was calling the police and I was going to get arrested. Yeah, right. Owner did call the police. The owner stated that he wanted me arrested as an accomplice to thefts because I had left. Cops asked me to come to the store, which I did, and I explained that the owner had fired me. So I went home and the CCTV would prove the fact. The tape was reviewed and plain as day, the owner said I was fired. I estimate they lost about $30,000. Golly, in liquor and cigarettes and jeez.
See, these people, these like people who like own businesses, so don't want to pay people.
Yeah,
It's like you could have just paid him more. Maybe he would have go and clean the butcher shop if you were like, okay, I recognize that I give you extra work. I'll pay you this much more.
yeah,
Maybe he would have said yes.
yeah.
But
Or
to say, oh, you're gonna do it or else you don't have a job. Okay,
okay, and this is not
I guess
even
I don't
like
have a job.
post pandemic. This is like 2008. So it's like, oh, to do that back then, that takes some balls, you know. But to be fair, it's a second job.
Yeah, I think people can do that more often. Like I know people can't do it because with the way how America's set up,
Yeah,
but I wish people could do that more often, where they could actually have some standards around their like their job and their personal life and stuff like that.
that would be hell for employers. Cause
But it would be good
yeah, at least for like
for the country overall.
for us, nobody. For us is like the person that would do that would be me. And since everybody likes me and they trust me, if I did that, everybody else leave too. So like you have to be
Oh,
careful.
that happened to me once.
Yeah, you have to be careful because the person that will leave, taking everybody with them. I mean, granted they can't give them jobs as well. You don't have to follow me out, but since that you trust that person to be that person, when they leave, you leave too.
Yeah, that happened to me one time when I was working at Subway. Although only one person followed me, to be fair, but it was like one of the other good workers.
Yeah,
So yeah, they get screwed that day. Well, they almost get screwed. I did come back because the person who like made me leave
yeah,
wasn't the owner of the store. It was his manager.
gotcha.
But the owner of the store was like, he heard what happened. He's like, he apologized to me.
Mm,
He was like, the way he handled that wasn't right. Please come back. Like you could, I'll rehire you. I'll give you a little. He gave me like a little raise and everything.
yeah,
So I came back. But honestly, if he didn't do that,
yeah. So you
I was
left, and then
gone.
somebody came because somebody left because you left as well.
They left the moment I say I gone. I going home. They were like, okay, well I coming too.
Yeah,
I was like,
that
all
shows
right,
good
well,
workers, man. Cause you could build that camaraderie and that like almost like a family thing just from one person.
yeah. Which I kind of feel bad that I don't keep in contact with that person anymore. But
Hey, text them tomorrow.
yeah, I'll see.
Yeah,
Which means I won't.
yeah. No, I'll remind you. We're gonna do it. Just say hello and just check in, man. That could
All
be
right,
the
all
one
right.
text they need to keep going. You never know.
True.
That's what I think, you know. But I have too much people to text, so I don't have to text anybody. Cause usually, like if I text my mom, she'd be like, "How you know I'm sad right now?" I'm like, "I didn't. I was just giving you a text and like that'll cheer her up." Like it's almost every time. Like I just feel like something comes to my head. I text them. They go through something. I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, I'm here."
And people always going through something, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Land of the free. Let's keep going.
All right. The next one is another slight dilemma. I'll start with the original post and then go to the edits. As the title says, my wife won't let me go to the gym. Oh, it says wife won't let me go to the gym.
Damn.
I've 28 mil, never really been health conscious guy. I used to live back in college and then some post college, pre-marriage. After we got married, I tried doing the right thing and checked in with my spouse about joining the gym. We've been married about almost 4 years and her response has not changed. I'm just worried about the girls in skimpy outfits and tight sports bras. Not that I'm justifying as much as I'm ranting, but when I go to the gym, I focus on me and making sure I do what I set myself out to do that day. From the overrated chest day to the glorious leg day. While a woman who's at the gym is worth of admiration for taking care of herself, I don't spend my time looking at someone else since I pay to use the gym. My wife has had class in college that went through the brain of sex, meaning men are more sight oriented, women are more touch oriented. I won't go too much into depth on that other than it was a key reason why we stopped having sex before marriage. Anyways, I know I'm not getting any younger, and through recent doctor visits, my blood pressure is getting funky. Lifting makes me feel good and it helps with health and yeah, I guess cardio and stuff. I'm not looking for advice. I just feel like it's silly that my wife has so strong reservations about the gym that it actually is detrimental to my health. I could invest in a home gym system, but budgeting is a topic for another rant. One of many. If you made this far,
Bruh,
thank you for reading.
yo, so many times while you were reading, I was like, what?
I heard
First
you.
of all, I used to go to the gym, and I'll tell you now, I never noticed any girls in skimpy clothes.
Yeah,
They're wearing gym clothes.
yeah,
Like, that's not skimpy. That's gym. That's like, I don't understand what they mean by skimpy clothes.
yeah,
And the second thing is, like, usually people in the gym, unless you're a creep, you're not really looking at anybody else. Unless you, like, admire, like, how much somebody else lifted, maybe.
yeah,
But you're not really looking for, like, oh, like, you're not getting, like, excited.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You shouldn't have
So
time
I
to be
don't
getting
know.
excited. You should be on. You
Yeah.
should be already to pass out.
Well,
I mean, you know what I mean. Like
you should be,
you have
yeah,
all
you
the
should
stuff in your
be,
mind.
your blood should be pumping. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You
You
try
should
and
be thinking about your
survive.
next reps,
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
yourself mentally prepared. Because I don't tell you no. Sometimes either you to be to that limit and you don't want to stop,
yeah,
and you just keep going. That's where you want to be.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But anyway, I digress. Even if women are wearing whatever, like maybe they're wearing a sports bra, which to me, again, that's not even a big deal. Like people go
Yeah.
running all the time in sports bras.
Mm-hmm.
If they're wearing that, I just generally don't think men, like even all these videos online with girls talking about getting harassed in the gym, I don't even think that's a
Yeah.
very common occurrence. Well, I don't know. I might be wrong. I'm
Maybe.
not a woman.
Yeah.
I'm not a woman. What else did she say? I'm guessing his wife doesn't go to the gym.
No. In later comments he mentioned he tried to bring her but she didn't want to go. She don't like to sweat.
Okay. I done. Go ahead.
It's like you have information that I guess makes sense, but then use it for something else to try and like prove a
Oh,
point. Yeah.
that's what I want to comment on. The whole thing about how like men are sight driven and women are touch driven.
Yeah.
I think it's actually men are sight driven and women are audio driven.
Yeah.
Like I don't think necessarily women like to be touched. I think they would more like to like hear certain things like deep voices or
Yeah.
certain things. Like some girls like being called different things. I'm not going to say
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
but um, to say like women are touch driven, what make her think? Oh, he gone. Let's just pause the podcast for 2 seconds. One,
Sorry, sun wilding
two.
again.
Hey, 2 seconds. I told y'all. But if women are touch driven, why is she worried about that? You think she's just touching people at the gym?
Yeah.
Like he just going around slapping on the butt. Good job. Like, come on
Yeah.
now.
I think it more so that he's gonna be seeing all that and he'll be distracted and probably want to do something. So
But you know,
it's not about them, it's about him.
what's funny though?
Yeah.
Well, at least maybe it's just the way how I think about stuff. Why if he go there, he's seeing these women, he get turned on, he come home to you?
Yeah. You gotta think
Like,
about that. Spice things up a little bit.
yeah.
A little bit.
I mean, maybe she don't like the fact that he get turned on by other women that come home to her. I don't know, but
But he gonna see people in the streets, people saying like you gonna see people in the streets on the way to the gym, on the way to everywhere. There's women all over the place. Yeah.
I don't know why. My aunt was calling me. She never calls me, and she
Oh.
was calling me on WhatsApp. So
So as I was saying, he said that he can't watch sex scenes in movies. He has to like close his eyes.
wait, his wife making him do that?
Yeah.
Nah, nah, nah,
Oh, I
nah,
found it.
nah. How old?
I found it. I mean, I'm not as young as I used to be, no duh. When I used to work out, sweating was like satisfying pain. I'm not sure how I'd react to it now, but I like doing stuff and being useful. It's not just the gym, you're right. I have to look away for scenes on TV or go to a different corner of the room where I can't see the TV. She will glare at me as we walk past any lingerie stores. I'm willing to swear under oath when I say I've never given any reason for her to distrust me. She just knows how guys think and knows that temptation is always present and stuff.
Yikes!
Yeah.
Yikes! Yes, that is true. The temptation is present in all the stuff, but does she know about this thing called
Russ?
self control?
Oh, You know, a lot of people don't believe them that people have self control.
But still, like, even if he's like thinking about other women and stuff,
Yeah.
like, you can't punish someone for like their thoughts.
Putting somebody in the corner while watching TV is mad.
First of all, I was not moving. Wait, how come he have to move but she could stay like wait,
Exactly.
is she his mom? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, he been talking a lot about getting divorced and stuff like that.
I don't think he should get divorced. I think he need to talk to his wife and just, or maybe a therapist,
I think he's
like
been
a couples
trying.
therapist, to like help her recognize like what she expects is like unrealistic and also unfair
Yeah,
and
he's
not grounded in reality because she thinks that just seeing other women is gonna cause issues in the marriage when actually the reality is her trying to make sure he doesn't see other women as causing issues in the marriage.
yeah, but he's been trying to get her to go. He's been trying to talk to her, so it's like he just wanted to rant and just get off his chest, basically.
I'm sorry for him.
Yeah, me too.
Every relationship have its problems. That's the thing I just learned from this.
Yeah. All right. The last thing we're gonna do is this thread.
All right.
Surgeons/doctors of Reddit. What's the dumbest thing patients have lied about?
Oh no.
Yeah. Not a doctor, but in patient care nonetheless. 1. Guy comes in between 17 to 19 years old for pebble hits penis. Pretty odd. He says he was doing yard work when the tool knocked a pebble into his penis. He went to check it.
Into? Sorry.
And
Go ahead.
no, it was making pus. The nurse clarified that he was wearing pants. Denies sexual history. He stands by that he got hit in the penis by a rock through his pants that made him produce pus. He had chlamydia.
Nigga. Wait. What?
I don't know. I would just tell the truth, man.
And it's like, I'm a virgin. I swear I never had sex. A rock hit me
Never.
on the tip.
Oh my god.
Chlamydia? What do you mean chlamydia? You tell me a rock had chlamydia on it?
Yeah, just out in the streets. 2.
I go find. Hey, that's funny.
Guy says he was forced to do meth or something similar at a store. Came because he thought he was dying. Oh my gosh.
Forced to do meth?
Yeah.
Damn.
3. A fun bonus. A frequent flyer comes in for his stomach hurting from eating this chili that he had, while continuing to eat said chili in the lobby.
That's me on ice cream.
Like, man, this chili is messing me up, man.
Yo, sometimes things taste so good you have to eat.
You gotta eat something else too.
Nah. I eat an ice cream knowing I go have the runs later.
Oh
I do
my
not
gosh.
care.
Woman comes to the emergency with complaints of vaginal discharge and discomfort. Pelvic exam initially reveals significant yeast infection, but there appears to be a foreign body in her vajayjay.
Oh
Is there
no.
something stuck inside? No, I don't know what's in there. Speculum examination reveals a very soft mandarin orange, peel still on. Oh, that? We heard it would improve our fertility. You can't make this shit up.
When he asked you if anything is in there, you said no. That's nasty though.
Do you have any
I hope
medical
she,
problems? No.
wait. I hope she washed it out before she put up in there. But anyway, go
Maybe.
ahead.
Probably. Do you have any medical problems? No. So no diabetes? No diabetes. What medications are you taking? Metformin for my diabetes. I facepalm every time.
Yo, that's funny. He don't have it, and he taking the medication for it, so it's gone. So it
Yeah.
works. So it works.
This one is all about math. I had a guy insist that someone else put cocaine or heroin in his urine, even after I tried to move on with the conversation. Had someone say their roommate used a spoon when cooking meth, then he ate cereal with that spoon later, and that's why his piss popped hot from amphetamines.
So y'all ain't washing spoons then. All right.
adherence to medical treatment when I have literally pulled their pharmacy records and know they haven't picked up their medications in over a year.
Wow.
Yeah. So someone lied about meth use prior to surgery. He did not survive.
Ooh, yeah, that's true. I think there's a surgery for like weight loss.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember which one it is, but like I guess it like makes your stomach a little smaller.
Yeah.
And so I remember hearing this story where the guy was supposed to like take some medication or do something before the surgery,
Yeah.
and if he didn't, he needed to let them know so that they could like reschedule.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't tell them.
Yeah.
But luckily he survived. But the thing is, he was in way more pain than he would have been if he had just taken the thing beforehand.
Gotcha. Yeah. A guy came
He
in
could have.
for. Sorry.
He could have died. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you good. A guy came in for a wound in his lower leg that he said came from a biking accident. X-ray revealed a bullet still inside his ankle joint. The wound was from shooting himself by accident while holding a gun. Still don't know how he didn't fracture anything. I don't understand lying. Like, in order to be helped, they need to know everything that's going on.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
they're not going to turn you into the police or something. Just tell the truth.
Yeah.
Also, I'm 100% sure he's American because of the gun thing. But this is just more evidence that not everybody should have a gun.
Yeah.
That's like, how are you? You're not 5 years old. How are you accidentally shooting yourself?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Part of my job is dealing with medical records. My favorite part is when you are reading the doctor's notes and you can tell that they are fed up with the patient's bullshit from their tone. In quotes, patient in for routine colonoscopy. Asked if solid consumed 24 hours prior. Patient confirms no. In process of procedure, several dozen kernels of corn are discovered in colon and cannot continue. Patient specifically instructed not to consume corn beforehand, and this happened in a prior visit.
Yeah. See, people just. This is why we need to get rid of doctors.
Why?
I'm gonna tell you why. I'll tell you why. We need to go back to natural selection.
Oh my
Because
gosh.
too much idiots are surviving. Pissing me off.
Oh, that's funny. One dude lied about being paralyzed after a lumbar procedure. Got a call from nurse. Patient says he can't move legs following a lumbar puncture, a spinal tap. I called the team that did the procedure and they assured me there was no indication that this sort of injury happening during the procedure, but agreed with my plan to get urgent MRI. I got to examine him and nurse says she thinks he moved one of his feet. Next thing I know, he says he can actually move his leg again, but they're feeling weird. Then this weird feeling turns into intense pain, and he asks for intravenous narcotics. Dealer, dude. I tell him no because the story makes no sense. By God, it was a miracle, I tell you, when this man walked himself out of the hospital after I refused the IV narcotics. Also, the MRI was normal.
Yeah.
That's intense.
He's probably an addict, and he was trying to get some free drugs.
Did cocaine the night before elective surgery. Didn't disclose at pre-op. Cardiac arrest. Beta blockers and cocaine do not mix well.
Damn.
Yeah.
People just don't make sense.
Yeah.
Also, if you know you're going in for surgery, why would you do anything the night before?
Dude, you can't help it, man. You gotta chase that high.
Well, natural selection worked in this case. Let's keep going.
Gosh. Patient.
Sorry, let me not be insensitive because I know I could be unempathetic and I need to work on that.
Okay. Patient.
Thoughts and prayers.
I haven't drank alcohol in months. Patient's family. It's true. I've been with her the whole time. Ma'am, your alcohol level is 325. Patient. Impossible. I would never lie to you.
That's funny.
Oh my gosh. One of my favorite things I wrote my first year out of medical school. Patient, please note patient has stated multiple times he wants to leave and would leave AMA. He asked, against medical advice, he asked multiple times whether he could eat and stated he is hungry. Explain to patient that we would like to start a full liquid diet first, and if he tolerated it well, would transition to regular foods. However, PT ordered Chinese food delivery instead. Then patient was complaining of headache, was given Tylenol for the headache. Patient stated that this did not help him. His sister at bedside went to a nearby pharmacy and bought goody powder, aspirin. Sister did ask whether she could give him goody powder. She was told not to give the patient the goody powder. She supposedly did not. For context, the patient had a catastrophic GI bleed from taking too much aspirin. Oh my gosh. Do you smoke cigarettes? No, I quit. When did you quit? This morning.
That's funny.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
funny.
I think that's about it, man.
I gotta do that. I gotta use that from now on.
What was you quit this morning?
I celibate. I celibate.
Oh my gosh.
As of 2 seconds ago.
Oh my goodness. That 2 seconds ago is wild. Because I just walked in 2 seconds ago.
Oh man.
That's been the show, man. I've been falling behind on making the shorts. If anybody enjoys the shorts, I'm sorry. They'll be up soon. We got a lot of them. Hopefully.
Yeah. This man's a hard worker, man. He has a full-time job. He has a co-host who doesn't help him at all with any editing.
How does that make me a hard worker?
Because you're doing all of it behind the scenes by yourself. So y'all need to definitely subscribe to the Patreon.
Yo.
Help us get this man paid.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
I ain't making no promises about the first XYZ go straight to him. But if y'all donate enough money, I might consider it. So,
to
join
our
the
one.
Patreon.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell them about the tiers, man. Tell them about the tiers.
Oh, we got tier 1 and tier 2. They mean nothing right now, but we'll figure it out when we get there.
Yeah. Tier 1 is like $3.
Yeah.
That's easy.
Yeah.
Can't buy a foot long. Wait, foot long used to charge $3?
No, $5 foot long.
Oh, cancel that.
It used to work at Subway, people.
Well, when I started working at Subway, they actually made the foot long $6 at the time.
Okay.
I guess inflation.
Yeah.
But anyway, $3, and then we have another one for $5.
$7.
See, I don't even know. What?
We know who running the show here.
$3 and $7. Okay.
Yeah.
That's less than you tip when you go out to eat.
True, a lot less. But we won't get into that. Probably next episode we'll talk about that.
Yeah, but, that's to be a Patreon episode because I want to really rant.
Yeah. So if you're on Patreon, you can send in. I might also send in dilemmas, send in questions that you see somewhere else, send in random TikToks, whatever you feel like sending in, because it'll help us create some content, give us our own feedback into that, and then we just go from there. You also get early release for episodes, which this one's gonna be like in the next couple hours, but you guys can see tomorrow. But anything we put on there, you get the early, and then we're gonna start hopefully making a lot more content on Patreon, because now we're motivated to actually do that for our one person that is paying their money to see stuff on there.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, man.
Oh, wait.
Yo.
Do us a favor. If you like this video, if you made it this far, like, comment, subscribe.
Yes, please.
Comment section. Talk about the good news. I feel like not enough good news and positivity is being spread in the world. So tell us some good news stories that happen in your life.
Yep. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.